Well, I'm back in the art room, and it's much neater now than it was. It has been a mess all Christmas. I kind of like to, I like to paint in my glue books, so I think I'd like to make some painty papers, and I'm going to my favorite way to do painty papers is to oh no, I'm going to have to dig here to get a card. This is a member of Optimix something. I don't think I asked for that card. Oh, and I'm loving this. I'm loving those two colors. Well, I like them just like that. I like those two colors just like that. So I knew I was going to like the two colors. And a lot of people use more than two. But I'm going to be dragging my sleeve through this, but these are very old pajamas. And at this point, I don't even care. Don't care at all if I drag my sleeve through it. I would say nobody sees my pajamas, but it's not true. I walk outside my house all the time in my pajamas. So try and put a little pattern. Oh, you know what might be kind of fun? Let me grab a stencil. Well, first of all, let me just clean this off on this paper. Let me grab a stencil and see if I can put a pattern in there. I will cut this because I don't want both. I don't know if it'll make a pattern or not, but it's so wet, I don't know why it wouldn't. No, it doesn't. It does not make a pattern. Do I need to do something? Oh, maybe if I wiped it. Let me get a tissue. Try and keep my arm elevated a bit. Nope. No pattern. Okay, so, well, I just thought I'd try that. There's a little bit of a pattern. Well, I ended up leaving this overnight to dry, and I started it pretty late, and I thought, well, I'll just let it dry overnight, and we'll start again in the morning. So here it is, and it's a little bit brighter in the room. You can actually tell the difference between morning and nighttime. So I'm going to try a few colors here to stencil. I realized that just pressing the stencil itself into wet paint wasn't going to do anything. So I'm trying different colors, and this just isn't dark enough. And there isn't enough of a contrast. So I think I actually did that several times. And I used the lighter of the two paints, and this is the darker of the two paints. And neither one of them really showed up much. So I thought, well, okay. That's kind of a wasted effort. But any little marks on the paper is just kind of a bonus. So I grabbed some white, and we will finally see some results. So anyway, yeah. So we just played around here. I'm really kind of aimless. I kind of feel like I'm almost a brand new newbie playing around with paints and color, because it has actually been quite a while since I've done any background painting. I just seem to have slipped into collage so much. Between collage and my glue books, I haven't really done any painting much at all, so it was very fun to kind of play around with it. And I thought, this is kind of a thin composition book anyway. I've taken out at least half of the papers, because the first half of the book was already torn out, so I just went to the back and tore out the corresponding pages. So there's not too many pages left in here. So it'll go quickly, and I think it'll just be a book to kind of play in and experiment around with. And I'm not even sure where I came up with this stencil. Boy, that's an old 70s, or I know where it came from. It came from a thrift store of some sort, but why I picked it to use, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of stencils. I'm going to have to look for some more interesting stencils. Now, this one here is just some punch out pieces that I've already punched out. I think they were words. And this little thing's been kicking around, and I always think, oh, I could stencil with that. And I never did. So today I'm stenciling with that. And I kind of like how it looks. I don't, I kind of do things with what I can grab at the moment. And this paint stenciler thing is not really any good. What I need is a sponge. It's I get a lot of the center of the sponge, but not around the edges. So it's like a foam thing on the end of it, and it's great for making circles, but it's not really used for this. So I'm just grabbing what I have. I'm just grabbing what's close by, and just kind of playing around, because this is kind of a book that doesn't matter. This book, who cares about this book? And it's just to play in and experiment in. So so there you go. And give it a quick dry. See where we go from here. I'm actually enjoying the playtime. What I'm actually wondering, as I'm doing this voiceover, is why in the world didn't I clear out everything from underneath it? I guess because I really didn't think I was working on anything particularly interesting. This little technique I've seen, and you just throw some glue on there and some tissue over it, and then when the glue has dried, you just peel off the tissue and it leaves just raggedy spots. So of course I'm too impatient to let it dry thoroughly. So so again, it's kind of a work in progress, trying to peel it where it has that nice raggedy texture. So there we go. Now I'm peeling off some of it there, and that just leaves some nice interesting shapes. There's a little bit of a tear in there, and I left it just for the texture of leaving it. Just because it's a little more texture, you can see through it. It's just a little bit different than the other ones. So I left it. And I actually like it. So there we go. We just pull off what we can pull off, and the glue keeps some of that in there, and just gives a little more interest to the background. So I just thought, well, I'll add a few more pieces here. Now, one thing you can see, if you just pull it off before that glue dries, it doesn't do a thing. I think I tried it twice. No, I didn't. I just did it once. This time I've left it. So you can see anyway what it looks like when it does finally dry, and it really doesn't take a long time with glue sticks. Goodness, my hands get all gluey. Finally, I'm taking those pages out from underneath. I had been previously harvesting a magazine when I came across this composition book, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to start working in this. Forget about the magazines. That's I don't know, I must be ADD or something. So I just jump from one thing to another Now, this is just the white paint thinned down and splattered. But I was really loving the splatters, and it seemed like the more the merrier. What I was enjoying about it is that I wasn't just getting dots. I was getting like lines of things, little lines. So that was fascinating me, and I was having fun seeing how it turned out. Also, I used some gray, and then some white, and then I got out my sparkle, my shimmery silver, and added some on top of that. So see how pretty that looks at the very end there. And I'm pretty sure I picked up the book and tilted it so that you could see the shimmer. I really, I didn't even talk while I was doing this. I just turned on the camera because sometimes I think this is the reason I don't have videos to show people, because I do things and I never turn on the camera. So this was this is just kind of just watching how it evolves, that's all. And I thought I'd share it with you and just show you how this particular one evolved. So I did pick up the camera and show you a little bit how that did add some shimmer. I'm a real sparkly kind of girl. I like that. I do like the little shimmer. So anyway, I just finished it off by adding a picture out of a magazine that I liked, and I turned it into a gnome and drew some feet on it, made the hair a little sparklier, and added pointy hat and wrote "Gnome is where the heart is," because that's just what I was thinking. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and share it, and let me know by your comments. And you take care, and I'll see you next time I'm at the art table.